can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? stay awake, watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? Long break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away? How long can we stay awake? Watch it all fall, yeah, we watch it all break. How long till we all fade away? How deep are we gonna sink? Before we know it, we'll be losing our dreams. How deep before we all fade away?
Hello, I am now in Zenless. It just finished updating. There you are, my good citizen friend. What? Celebration, you say? Well, unfortunately, the celebration is already over. But no worries, because I've prepared a more pleasant surprise for you. Care to take a wild guess what it is? What can it be? You got it. It's a fantastic opportunity to lend a helping hand. Now, isn't that an awesome surprise? I just remembered I got something else on. Oh hey, don't walk away, good citizen. I, Officer Mew Mew, will reward you with this Good Citizen medal, just like always. It's awesome to lend a hand to citizens and make New Eridu a better place. And all while getting limited edition Good Citizen medals from Officer Mew Mew, don't you think? So, who needs my help this time? Well, I have to admit, it feels a bit awkward to ask good citizens like you to help us. I mean, we public security officers are meant to help you, not the other way around. But honestly, one of our officers does need your help this time. To be more precise, it's a Bangbu who works as an assistant in our office. You've been a real champ in dealing with Bangbu issues on 6th Street, so naturally, you were the first person I thought of. The task this time? Simply put, we need to help my Bangbu companion find a new job. Do Bangbu have to hunt for jobs too? Yeah, even though Security Boo are designed for specific tasks, they can actually be modified and trained for other tasks. But here's the twist. He's got his own ideas. 2 days ago, he came to me and not odd. I might not want to be a security officer. Mew, Mew. We had officers leave before, but this is the first time a Bangbu has asked for a career change. This gives everyone in the Bangbu management department a headache, and my colleague himself is struggling too, so I really need your help with this, good citizen. Leave it to me. You're definitely the most dependable citizen in New Eridu. The security boo who needs help is right in this neighborhood. Please go to him and ask for more details. Okay, not that way. Oh, yeah, the video store's right here. Okay. You can access Auto Explorer through the portal below. Here you can check the current progress of Auto Explore. You can view the rewards you'll receive after completing the commissions here. After your first clear, you can use Auto Explore. When you have yet to clear it, use a prepaid power card to immediately obtain all rewards. Which quest do I complete? Oh, this one. Okay. I do have to complete this one to progress the main story. Gosh, that cat scratched my eyes again. Can I help you with anything? Can I help with any? Greetings, good citizen. I'm Security Boo, number 7406. Please feel free to call me KK. How can I assist? Oh, Officer Mew Mew sent you? Here to help me find a new job? Seriously, I can't stand this job anymore. Care to tell me more about it? Isn't it unfair that my responsibilities were predetermined the very moment I was created just because I'm a special model? I'm sick and tired of being a security boo, dealing with petty neighborhood issues all day long. When I was dealing with a traffic accident yesterday, an angry driver kicked me in the butt, and I still have those shoe prints back there. Just now, when I climbed up the tree to save a cat, that pesky cat scratched my lens and ruined my freshly painted case. And don't even get me started on kids throwing things at me while on patrol, or dealing with line clutters, or getting shoved around by troublemakers. The officers get all the glory and medals while us Bangbu do all the grunt work. Sounds like a really stressful job. Yeah, I keep being a security boost, sooner or later my AI core will go haywire. That's why I've made up my mind to find a way out. Once I get myself a new job, I'm handing in my resignation letter. Officer Mew Mew mentioned a Bangbu employment expert who runs a video store and has a wide range of connections in all industries. That must be you, right? Truth is, I barely know anything about other industries. That's why I was hoping you could help me out by giving me a referral for a new job. Officer Mew Mew has contacted 2 store managers at Lumina Square, and I can go there for an interview whenever I'm ready. Please and thank you. Hello, little one. You must be KK, the one Mew Mew mentioned, looking for work, right? Just picturing a tiny KK bustling among the bouquets is pretty cute. But running a flower shop takes more than just looking cute. I'm ready. KK is ready. Why don't you try recommend some personal flowers to the potential customer here? Over here. Actually, I haven't had the chance to download any horticultural data yet. That's okay. Caring and communicating with customers is as important as understanding and nurturing plants. Why not rely on your own experience and help this hesitant customer make up his mind? I got it. Hello, dear customer. Hello. Do you have any flower recommendations? And first, I may ask, what's the purpose of your purchase? It's for someone important to me. Oh, are they a gentleman or a lady? It's for a lady. Humph, I knew it. Look at you. You can barely take care of yourself, let alone flowers. Well, what? How could you talk to a customer like that? And do I really look that bad? It's for a girlie like at school, isn't it? Kids nowadays. You're all the same. It's my mom's birthday, and I'm here to buy her some flowers. Manager, I want to speak with your manager. I'm gonna file a complaint. Orchida goes to great lengths to explain the situation to the customer and offers a bouquet as an apology. Lesson learned. I can't have trainees work with customers directly anymore. Forget about the cost of the bouquet. What you did could have really damaged Duke Gardening's reputation. And you referred KK, didn't you? I'm really sorry. We'll make it up to you. It's fine. The interview was my idea. But I'm sorry. I cannot hire this bamboo. Security Boost KK's first attempt at the job market has been declared a failure. I unconsciously used interrogation techniques just now. I do have some understanding of friendly communication with citizens, but because of my personality, those tasks are usually handled by my human partner. Your communication skills could really use some work. Speak of the bamboo, I've been waiting for you. This little guy must be the bamboo for the interview today, right? Officer Mew Mew says you're quite a talented security boo. Officer Mew Mew said that? That's quite a compliment. We've been short-staffed lately, and I happen to be in need of an apprentice masseur. I was wondering if you would be interested. It's not what I was expecting, but I'd like to give it a shot. I can do it. This little guy has so much energy. Reminds me of my younger days when I was an apprentice master myself. Listen up. I've got one important requirement. Talent. My master always said talent was crucial when it came to learning the 72 arts of massage. Oop, I think I skipped that. Are you sure? Please prepare yourself. Everyone says I've got some really strong hands. No worries. My shell is built with industrial class hardness. Old Dewey's hands, or to be more precise, has 6 hands, wave in the air, striking a few fancy poses. KK follows along, leaving a few noticeable dents on Old Dewey's shell. You've got some serious strength in those hands, little guy. That public security's power module really packs a punch. Thinking about being protected by such powerful security, Boo, it warms my AI core and makes me forget the pain. Haha, ha. I'm sorry, I guess my 18 grappling arts of the law reflex kicked in, and I didn't expect it to work so differently from your massage techniques. Haha. Oh, hi! Hi, Pokemon Prince. I didn't expect to see you in one of my streams. But welcome. This is definitely unexpected. Well, no worries. Just a few dents. My ultra-high strength metal shell can handle it just fine. This game is Zenless Zone Zero. But if it were a customer, well, maybe they wouldn't have survived. I'm sorry, Miss Dewey. I guess I understand how this interview is going to turn out. Don't let it get you down, little guy. If you change your power unit and your hand components, you might still have a chance. And I have to say, your 18 grappling arts of the law was pretty impressive. By the way, this is just a side quest I have to do before I start the main story. This isn't the main story yet. In your opinion, do I really have any other talents other than being a security boo? There are many other jobs out there. You're right. Perhaps I just don't have a talent for service industry. So maybe I shouldn't limit my job search to Lumina Square. Where else can I find a job that's more technical and doesn't have to interact with customers directly? Ever thought about working at a construction site? Construction site, Bellabog Industries. That's a famous company. Right? I had no idea you had connections like that. You must be a master at networking. Actions lead to success. Let's get going now. I'll be there as soon as you finish up here. As soon as I finish up here. See you at the site. You're right on time, dear manager. If I remember correctly, you know a lot about Bangbu technology, right? Am I really that famous? No time to explain now. It's an urgent matter involving a Bangbu's life. Please go up and check it out. What's so urgent? Up there, the midway platform at the construction site. A builder boo with a fear of heights passed out up there. Please go up and check it out. Don't you have a Bangbu mechanic around here? The Bangbu mechanic? To be honest, it's me. Why don't you go up there then? Well, because I'm afraid of heights too. If I go up there and pass out too, things will get pretty messy. Some of my colleagues have already gone up to check on that bamboo. Could you please go up there and see what's going on? There you are, manager. Something is not good with this bamboo. I did a quick check and it seems to be due to a flaw in the outdated space awareness algorithm. Its stress reaction triggered a power failure in certain modules, which in return caused a system failure. What do you think, manager? I'm not entirely sure what you're saying, but it doesn't sound good. Any ideas, manager? Bro, wake up, bro. I've applied a simple physical block, but without further intervention. Prolonged power off could cause permanent damage to its storage unit. What? Don't forget about me, bro. Here comes the bamboo savior. What happened? I was up there and then I blanked out. You passed out because of heights, but we managed to get there in time and saved you. Oh, it's coming back to me now. Thank you, kind-hearted manager and handsome security boo. Why handsome for KK? Let's just head down before it shuts down again. Thanks for helping me today. If it weren't for that security boo in the store manager showing up in time, my bro would have been... That security dude is seriously dependable. Not only does he know the way around the complex bamboo modules, but he also handles emergencies like a pro. He's a real asset to public security, don't you think? And of course, you're awesome too. You're skilled in almost everything. It's our duty to protect the lives and property of our citizens. That's right, it's our duty. We, the Bangbu team, will make safety our top priority in the future too. Oh, by the way, what brought you here in the first place? You explained to everyone that KK is looking for a new job. I see. KK's technical expertise has impressed me, and his stress tolerance is even more impressive. What do you say, Lee? Actually, we're in need of a technical assistant here, and finding a bamboo as skilled as KK is like finding a rare gem. We'd be lucky to have KK join our team. Fantastic. You're more than welcome to be part of our crew, KK. Thank you very much for the offer, but I'm a bit hesitant now. I need some time to think it through. Having second thoughts, KK? Alright, I get it. Career decisions require careful consideration. but if you ever change your mind, remember that you're always welcome here. Thanks again, both of you. Thank you for your help, dear manager. See you at Lumina Square. Thank you so much for today, dear manager. It's just, in the end, I don't feel like letting go of my security officer uniform. I'm glad you've thought it through. Officer Mew Mew would say, you don't want to leave your dearest Officer Mew Mew, right? But honestly, I can't really explain why I've decided to stay. Maybe I do have loads of reasons to stick around, or maybe I just feel bad leaving public security with all my excellent skills and stuff. As a security officer, I can handle pretty much anything that comes my way. But if I leave, there'll be so many things I have no clues about. Your interrogation skills are impressive. I owe all this to my human partner. He's the one who helped me fine-tune my data bit by bit and trained with me every single day. He's a handsome and composed officer, always keeping his cool no matter if it's a small neighborhood issue or a major case. Such is the bond between friends. And you know, that warm feeling deep down your AI core when you lend a hand to someone? Officer Mew Mew is always going on about our duties and the happiness that comes from helping others. Honestly, I don't really feel that kind of thing when I'm getting roughed up by all those pesky cats and mean citizens. Well, maybe just a little, but yeah. Anyway, thank you so much, dear manager. Thanks to you, I'm not hesitant anymore. So from now on, I'm gonna keep working as a security boo and protect the citizens of New Eridu. Sure thing, Officer KK. You're back, my good citizen, my dearest manager. You tell Officer Mew Mew about all the ins and outs of KK's job search. So KK is keen to stay on public security? That's fantastic. Kangbu comes as the most highly regarded Bangbu among this year's newcomers. KK's got the talent and character for public security work, but young folks just lack confidence. Don't worry, I'll prioritize the psychological care of public security employees. Thanks Thanks to your help, you resolved KK's troubles. Here's a good citizen medal to acknowledge your good deed.
Good afternoon. Are you here to inquire about public security? Thank you for supporting public security's work.
I, Officer Mimu, hereby officially take the work of building up a community of friendship here at Lumina Square. From this day forth, my good citizen, every good deed you do at Lumina Square should be recorded. You shall be awarded the Good Citizen Medal. If you find yourself with some free time, feel free to drop by whenever you can. I'd love to exchange insights and experiences from our work. I should head home now that everything is done. Speaking of which, the public security lecture is in a few days. I should discuss this with Wise later. You mean the public security lecture? Don't worry, I remember. And it just so happens that public security is recovering all the monster remains from the Memorial Plaza on the very same day. Let's get everything sorted at the video store over the next few days. Then we can go to Lumina Square together. Maybe we can grab a meal while we're there. Haha, good idea. Anyway, you can take care of a couple of things going on the next couple of days. I'm pretty much done with everything. Ooh, alright, I'm about to enter some really important story in Zenless. You're not going to want to miss this. Oh, hi, Gipsy. Nice to see you. You and Wise get everything sorted at the store, and the day of the lecture arrives. Are you ready, Belle? Let's head out to Lumina Square. Yep, I'm playing a different Hoyoverse game. Well, my face cam went away again.
Officers, it's good to see you again.
You too, managers. You two seem to be in a good mood. I guess the seminar preparation went well?
Thanks to everyone on 6th Street. They not only signed up for the seminar, They also helped spread the word to other districts.
Yeah, what's fun is I don't need to read the dialogue. I don't need to read the dialogue that options because the one that I pick, Belle will say.
I heard you'll be on stage with the inspector to answer questions from citizens, Zhu. Belle has been itching to ask you some.
Come on. Go easy on me.
You don't know, do you? Zhu gets super nervous in situations like this. She drank 3 pots of tea just to avoid nervously coughing up there.
Sorry to interrupt, but I have something to report. We've analyzed and located the exact coordinates of the places Maroon previously identified inside the hollow. Please take a look at this.
Thanks.
I was also just informed that Inspector Bringer is on his way, and the media is waiting to get some pictures.
Looks like we should go meet him. We'll investigate these locations in a couple of days. Huh? Wait, there's something funny about these coordinates.
Something funny? What are you seeing?
What's wrong?
Is something wrong? Sorry, you two, but something is weird about this report. I need to talk to Zhu for a moment, if you'll excuse us. You can go on in.
Maroon. He's the guy who was using the EMP emitter, right?
Xu Yan and Jing Yi walk away looking serious. Whoop. Yeah, that went away too fast, I couldn't read it. So I had to look at the playback there.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Let's try to get close enough to hear what they're saying.
Belle, come over here. This spot here is perfectly blocked off by a wall. Nobody will notice us. Shh. Listen, I think Zhu Yan and Qing Yi are talking about what just happened. On the path outside public security.
Those coordinates are the spots Maroon's gang scouted some time ago, right? What do you think is off about them?
You remember the monster they found in that square a while back?
Of course, the remains are scheduled to be recovered this afternoon. But wait, what about it? You think these two cases are connected?
Perhaps. I just realized every location Maroon pointed out lies on the route the evidence carrier is taking.
What?
The EMP emitter Maroon used had been modified to bypass vehicle security systems. When used correctly, it can unlock car doors without damaging the electronics. Maroon said his crew procured specialized containers for preserving etheric material. We assumed they were targeting vehicles transporting valuable ether resources for large companies. But here's the thing. Public Security's evidence carrier is the same kind of vehicle.
Meaning, the evidence carrier could be in danger. Where is it now?
Let me see. Right here. There's a slight delay in the surveillance signal, but the carrier seems headed towards its destination right now. But according to the record, it stopped for about 10 minutes somewhere in the hollow, just 15 minutes ago.
10 minutes might not seem like much, but if someone's lying in wait with an EMP emitter, it'd be enough for them to snatch the evidence. We need to report this, right now. I'll call it in.
Wait a second. The carrier might have paused in the hollow due to changes in hollow structure or some other reason. We don't have solid proof yet of an attack on the carrier. Even if we report our suspicions, they won't immediately send someone. They'd follow protocol and do a remote analysis first.
You're right. And if they do that, it could already be too late.
Not only that, I'm worried about something else. The evidence recovery schedule was only decided recently, and the route inside the hollow is top secret. But according to Maroon, His gang had been scouting those locations for a while now.
Meaning, there might be a mole in public security.
Exactly. If we report our suspicions now, we might tip them off. I'd rather head into the Hollow myself.
That's a huge risk. You know that's against policy. They could take action against us.
It's urgent. We don't have time to argue. We spent a long time preparing for today's seminar. With the media gathered like this, it's a rare opportunity for you to showcase your knowledge in front of the inspector. You should stay here. We're partners. You can trust me to bring back the evidence safe and sound. You have my word.
That's when...
Inspector Bringer's car has arrived.
The inspector is already here. We don't have time to hesitate. I need to get going. I'll leave the seminar to you.
Yeah, sometimes Zenless does these cool comic-looking panels during some parts of the story. It's pretty cool.
Worshipping an undeserving deity is sycophancy. Failure to act when action is needed shows a lack of courage.
Huh?
You said it yourself. An officer needs to be sure they're doing the right thing. I became an officer because of Inspector Bringer, but not for praise or his approval. I want to do for others what he did for me back then. I want to be someone who protects people.
So, you're going to...
I'm going with you. That monster in the Hollow is anything but ordinary. We have to protect the evidence. Besides, if the inspector really is the same as he was back then, I'm sure he'll support our choice.
We can't just sit back and do nothing while the remains are in danger.
Just like last time, we should try and help them any way we can.
They are both well-trained officers, but the two of them alone still aren't enough for this investigation. Plus, that evidence is also crucial for us. We can't risk it falling into the wrong hands. Belle, let's head home, connect to the HDD system, and help them out in the Hollow. Yes, we're gonna do another story commission. The story commissions are always pretty good. Always pretty good. Oh, they always have a cutscene, I'm pretty sure, in them.
Judging by our predictions, they probably have the evidence by now. Any ideas on how we're gonna get it back?
Here's what I'm thinking. To avoid raising suspicion, the suspects probably didn't damage the carrier's electronic systems. If that is indeed the case, we can check its driving record to pinpoint where exactly it stopped within the Hollow. They're bound to have left some traces behind. The remains are bulky, so they can't move very quickly. Therefore, we can figure out where they went.
Makes sense. Let's find the evidence carrier and see if our suspicions are right. I picked up the carrier's signal. Let's go.
Meanwhile, in the workshop,
Zhu Yuan and Qing Yi are heading out to locate the evidence carrier.
Barry, do you know where the carrier is?
Barry, do you know where the carrier
Oh
is?
yeah, I didn't need to read that.
Affirmative. Attempting to locate the evidence carrier.
We need to help them reach the evidence carrier quickly. I'm counting on you to find a route.
I need to stop reading all the dialogue because I didn't need to read that. The combat in Zenless is very different from Genshin, by the way.
Yes, the target is nearby. For some reason, the signal in the hollow is particularly strong today.
This is what I meant by very different. Combat's very different in Genshin, in Zenless than it is Genshin.
Yep, drop the weapon!
I see it. The evidence carrier is up ahead.
Jingyi, we should head over there now. Yes, finally! The carrier! Let's check on its condition.
It looks fine on the outside. No signs of damage or being tampered with. Let's check inside.
I'm doing this to protect the evidence, but messing with the carrier without permission will definitely require writing up a report. And probably a pay cut, too. Well, let's forget all that for now. Jingyi, help me unlock it.
Qingyu uses the key to unlock the carrier.
Huh? The evidence crate is still here. And the seal is untouched.
Comparing the seal with the one in the photo, the angle is off by approximately 3 degrees, and the etheric matter feels totally different from what I sensed at the square.
So, they really did get a hold of the evidence. They were gonna trick Hand by not leaving any trace. They went through all this trouble to make it seem like it was still there.
That monster must be hiding some serious secrets. Chuyuan, watch out!
A hail of bullets comes from behind a short wall nearby, striking the evidence carrier.
They got in cover. Idiots. They're from the Criminal Investigation Department. They aren't gonna go down easy. We've been here for hours. You couldn't keep your cool for a little longer?
Hey, relax. Our intel says it's just the two of them. They might have survived our ambush, but we can take them. Hurry up and deal with them. Officers go missing in the hollows every day. Get them, boys!
Hold on. Do you know the consequences of assaulting officers?
Take your breath. We're dealing with a group of desperados. They never planned on leaving us alive. Round them up.
Surrender your weapon!
Out of my way! Move it!
Back up here.
You're under arrest! Locking in.
We've been surrounded. Stay calm.
You sure have some firepower. How many members did they deploy to deal with us?
Yeah, he doesn't sound very tough.
Stop right there!
I can't believe there's an ambush here, too. Wow, this rate, we'll run out of ammo.
Did you like Xu Yan's ult?
You walked right into this one.
This isn't good. Julian and Qingyi are stuck in a building and surrounded by enemies.
We have to get them out. Do something, Fairy.
Master, I've detected several unstable spatial fissures near the officer's location. Such spatial rifts are challenging to label in standard carrot data, but if utilized, they could help the target evacuate from their current location.
Fairy may be able to locate the spatial rifts, but how do we tell Zhu and Qingyi where to go?
I can safely tap into the officer's intercom within the hollow, Second Assistant.
But if we connect to their intercom, won't we be exposed?
If it doesn't expose our identity, I think it's worth the risk to save lives.
Question. Is the current objective to assist the 2 officers in leaving the current area, or rescue the 2 officers who are trapped?
Aren't those the same thing?
Negative. Remote communication has an 87.1% chance of successfully guiding the officers out of their current area. But due to the significant disparity in forces and the limitations of long-range communication, I cannot swiftly assess the target's surrounding environment. The risk of failure will rapidly mount.
So you're saying, to keep them safe, Bell has to personally guide them as a proxy?
Oh, by the way, this game is made by the same creators as Genshin. It's a Hoyoverse game.
Affirmative. However, appearing in front of public security may bring major risks.
This is so irritating. If they weren't public security officers, we wouldn't even hesitate.
You remember what Xingyi said. Failure to act when action is needed shows a lack of courage. Juyuan and Xingyi are good people. Despite the risks, I'd regret it for the rest of my life if I chose to stand idly by now.
Bell.
And, on the bright side, if we work together, we might be able to recover the stolen remains.
Affirmative. Master's assumption is reasonable.
Well then, let's go save them.
This isn't good. They've totally surrounded us. Unless we can somehow distract them, we're stuck here. If we can't think of a way out, I'll go distract them so you have a chance to get away.
What? What are you talking about?
It was me who insisted we investigate inside the hollow. You wouldn't even be in danger right now if it weren't for me. Besides, I'm not human. I'll be fine even if my body gets destroyed. But you don't have that luxury.
Qingyi is not a human. Why did they just drop that on us?
Hold up. I'm your captain, right? If someone has to take responsibility for this mess, it should be me. Besides, your physical abilities are much better than mine. If one of us has to make a run for it, you'd have a much better chance at surviving.
Now's not the time to argue. Exactly. Now's not the time to argue. Who's there?
Wait, it's coming from the intercom. Someone hacked into our encrypted frequency. But how?
Instead of arguing about who should be the bait, how about I offer a solution that works for you both? Who are you? Why should we trust you? I can't convince you to trust me. I'm a proxy, not exactly someone who should normally be talking with you. But while I may be a proxy, I have a conscience. I can't turn a blind eye while you're in danger.
A proxy?
All right, so what's the plan? I'll create an opportunity for you. Now, follow my instructions.
What about the
Cutscene.
enemy?
Leave that to me. Now, go!
They're getting away!
What now?
Straight ahead, jump into the fissure.
The fissure!
What? The spatial fissure! After them!
Yeah, the animation is very bouncy in this game.
They're closing in. They'll catch us at this rate.
I have a plan. It might be risky, but I'm sure you can do it.
Get that! Hurry up!
saved!
Well, hero, now that you've saved us, do you plan on making an appearance?
All right. We can finally talk.
You're Bangbu from Bellabog. Wait, no. There's no way an ordinary Bangbu would be as capable as you, let alone hack into our intercom. So, who are you exactly?
Qingyi, have you heard the rumors about a legendary proxy who doesn't enter the hollows themselves, but manages real-time communication from the outside?
Faithin.
That's me. I'm Faithin.
So you were already watching us when we received the report from Bellabog.
Yeah, I was helping Bellabog Industries retrieve something lost, but I ended up running into that monster deep in the hollow. As you've already guessed, I think there's something unusual about that monster too. There's some kind of conspiracy behind it, and it's connected to what I've been chasing.
In other words, you're helping us so Hand gets the evidence and can uncover the truth about the monster.
Exactly. Oh yeah, right, I don't need to read this.
Exactly. And it's still not too late to get the evidence back.
According to page 173 of the Public Security Officer's Manual, in urgent situations, officers have the right to recruit assistants without verifying their identities.
So you're suggesting...
We share a common goal. Let's work together and get that evidence back.
Deal. Now's not the time for more questions. We accept your assistance, Faithin. But as you've seen, the enemy is well prepared and has the advantage in numbers.
Don't worry, leave it to me. Since we lack the manpower, we'll use the hollow against them. That's my specialty.
Sustain fire!
I love the animation in this game. There seem to be a lot of suspicious spots around here, Qingyi. Yeah, the coordinates match where the evidence carrier was last spotted. This has to be where suspects made their move. Qingyi, Proxy, we're running out of time. Let's split up and investigate. No problem.
We've arrived at the evidence carrier area. Loading environment data.
Belle, let's investigate the area thoroughly.
What's wrong, Officer Shuyen? Hey, Proxy, I'm examining the footprints left around here. Looks like these footprints were deliberately covered up. It's hard to tell which direction they went, but it can be inferred that there were at least 2 people. As expected of a public security officer. It's just some basic investigation skills, but thank you. Anyway, these footprints might belong to the culprits who attacked the evidence carrier. The question is, Where did they go after finishing their work? I'll jot down these questions for now. Maybe we'll figure it out once we get more clues. I detect marks of a heavy object being dragged on the ground. I have also detected a section of the wall connected to the ground with a dust coverage of only 57.5% compared to other areas. It is likely that some items were placed there recently and have since been removed. Did the culprits drag the heavy objects away? That's weird. The evidence crate is already heavy enough. Why would they bother dragging other things nearby? Oh, the drag marks seem to extend further. Let's take a look around. Ahead. As expected, the heavy object was dragged all the way here. There are similar marks up ahead. Let's go check them out. The drag marks end here. Could the heavy object that left these marks be the ones at the end of the corridor? Master, there's a small forklift parked up ahead, and Officer Chingy is expecting it. There might be clues in that forklift. Did you find anything, Officer Chingy? Yes, this forklift seems suspicious. Look at all the vehicles around here. Look, all the vehicles around here are more or less corrupted. But this one shows no signs of corruption, even without an anti-corruption coating. Did it just arrive? That's very possible. We should probably take a closer look. Investigate the driver's compartment. The vehicle's electronic system is down but can't be activated. Looks like it's been affected by an EMP, but the dash cam's audio recording is still accessible. Bzz, bzz. Didn't boss ask you to get something sturdy? You bought a forklift. It's open on all four sides. What's it matter as long as it moves? Who cares if it's a little windy? Whatever, just get this thing moving already. The evidence carry will be here soon. Let me check Big Head's carrot data. The recording was cut off, but we already gathered plenty of useful clues. Master, I found a collapsed bamboo up ahead. I detect a large number of banned hollow exploration plugins inside the bamboo. It is likely it has undergone multiple illegal modifications. Additionally, the word Big Head is sewn onto the back corner of the bamboo's outfit. Any other findings? The bamboo's electronic system and carrot have been severely damaged. It was likely caused by a close-range EMP. It got hit by an EMP at close range. Affirmative. The Bangbu was likely discarded because it would be difficult to repair and inconvenient to carry. However, I can help you restore some of its functions. Understood. Then let's get started. Reminder, the Bangbu has restarted, but it cannot communicate normally. New and whatever that is. Master, the Bangbu shared an audio clip from its storage module. It seems like it's trying to thank you. Listen, a vehicle is coming. It's the evidence carry. Stay close to me, big head. We'll bolt after taking the evidence. Got it. I'll stay close to you, Master. Oh no, Big Head was affected by the EMP. Even the forklift doesn't work. Thank you. I think that would be pretty cool. Ruby and ZZ Zenless Zone Zero collabing. One of my favorite shows and one of my favorite games. That would be cool. We've gathered enough clues, so let's move on to the deductions. It's exactly what I was thinking. Based on the clues left at the crime scene, this could probably be where the culprits attacked the evidence carrier. But there are still many details that need to be sorted out. First of all, how do you think the culprits got here? Driving. Indeed, judging from the marks left behind, the forklift was likely the culprit's means of transportation to the scene. Next, who's the most likely to be the owner of the damaged Bangbu we just found? The culprits. Right, considering all the clues, this conclusion makes sense. Next question. How did the culprits flee the scene after getting what they wanted? Through a spatial fissure. They took off. Master, I've noticed a slight tension in Officer Chuyun's facial muscles. Affirmative. It is likely that the culprit slept on foot. Great, now that we've reached a consensus on these key questions, it's time to put my skills to good use. Are you going to replay the case in your mind space to uncover the whole story? Exactly. Since you are Bangbu, how about linking to my mind space and investigating with me? This way, Proxy. Is this the world you constructed? I'm flattered, but really, it's just technology from the White Star Institute. No time to waste. Let's skip the chit-chat for now and take a good look at what happened back then. Didn't boss ask you to get something sturdy? You bought a forklift. It's open on all four sides. What's it matter as long as it moves? Who cares if it's a little windy? Whatever, just get this thing moving already. The evidence carry will be here soon. Let me check Big Head's carrot data. Listen, a vehicle's coming. It's the evidence carrier. Stay close to me, Big Head. We'll bolt after taking the evidence. Got it. I'll stay close to you, Master. They must think they're well prepared and feeling pretty smug at this point. They didn't expect. So now they're about to have some mixed feelings. Oh no, Big Head was affected by the EMP. Even the forklift isn't working now. The EMP is that powerful? The Bang Boo's done for, and the forklift is kaput. Now what? Don't panic. Let's grab the evidence first, and we'll have someone pick us up later. It seems like they're not worried at all. Even though the EMP threw them off, with all the people surrounding me and Shu Yan, they never have imagined how things would turn out. What did they just say over the comms? The two PubSec officers are gone? I did watch K-pop Demon Hunters. It's really good. It's a really good movie. That would be cool to have a collab with Ruby. But also they are very different. What? How? I'm not sure what's happening on their side. They sound pretty panicked, but we're out of touch with the outside, so no updates yet. What a mess. Do you think those two PubSec officers will come for us? If all those people couldn't take them down, how are we supposed to stand a chance? We'd better find somewhere to hide. Securing the goods is our top priority. You're right. Hey, look at those boxes. We can pile them up at the entrance and to make it seem like there's no way through. Alright, let's get to it.
Prepare to load, Julian. And so, the truth is revealed.
The culprit is hiding up ahead.
Yeah, I saw that post too. K-pop Demon Hunters is about a girl K-pop group hunting demons. The name is in the title. Although the movie did make me cry.
Ready as I'll ever?
Out of my way! Move it! All rats! It's PubSec! What are they here?
This is called striking when the enemy is unprepared. Take them down and retrieve the evidence. Round them up.
You're under arrest! Locking in.
But I can see a Ruby and Zenless Zone Zero collab, because the public security officers are kind of like the Aesops in a way, like, right?
Look, they're carrying an etheric matter container. Do you think this is really the stolen evidence?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Even with it sealed, its aura gives me the creeps.
Yes! Fantastic! We finally got the evidence back.
The assailants that blocked our path earlier likely haven't figured out we've outmaneuvered them and retaken the evidence. At this point, all we need to do is get out of the hollow and we're safe.
I'm so behind on Zenless Zone Zero story. I think there might be like 5 chapters and I'm on chapter 2 still. Yeah, there's a lot of story and I need to catch up with in this game.
There's an exit nearby. I'll take you there.
A few minutes later.
The exit is just up ahead.
If you two aren't in a hurry to arrest me today, I'll be on my way.
Don't worry, I don't want to burn any bridges. It's bad karma. Besides, I've always thought indiscriminately arresting proxies isn't very fair. Circumstances aren't always the same for everyone.
Qingyi, we're officers. Should you really be saying that? Anyway, thanks for your help, Phaethon.
I should be thanking you.
I should be thanking you too.
Oh yeah,
for
right, I
uncovering the
don't
threat
need to
the
read that.
evidence vehicle and fearlessly going into the hollow to protect it. Goodbye, officers. Hopefully our next meeting won't be quite so tense.
I haven't played Zenless in a while, so I keep forgetting that I don't need to read the dialogue that I pick for options, because Belle will say the option that I pick. The Bangbu walks away and soon disappears from sight.
Now that Phaethon's gone, let's hurry up and get this evidence out of here.
Alright, let's go. Wait a minute. Phaethon thanked us for uncovering the threat and fearlessly going into the hollow to protect it. Doesn't that sound suspicious to you?
Suspicious? Right. Logically speaking, while monitoring the evidence carrier, Phaethon would have realized the evidence had been switched and upon seeing us assumed we were there to investigate. But it sounded like Phaethon knew what happened outside the hollow too.
How unexpected. It seems Phaethon attended the seminar today.
I finished that commission. A few days later.
There you are. Are you free today? Want to come with me to the public security precinct at Lumina Square?
Huh? Public security again?
Well, I heard Zhu Yuan and Qingyi will be heading back to their own branch today. It's probably best not to run into them inside the hollows. But outside the hollows, it might be quite a while before we see them again.
You're right. We should at least get their contact information.
I was thinking, how about we give them a gift too? Like a collector's edition of that popular PubSec movie, Mission Unthinkable.
Ooh, that's the one where the main character goes against his superior and chooses to protect the citizens, right? Good choice.
They're going to be leaving soon. Let's get going.
Oh, I have that character you just talked about, Jane.
You have my complete support.
What's this? Okay, I don't want to read this.
Yukishiro Yanagi.
Yeah, I have her.
Be my research subject? Oh, we've got everything packed. Let's get it in the car.
We almost missed you.
Hey there, managers. What brings you here? We heard you're heading back to your own branch, so we wanted to say goodbye.
We haven't known each other for long, but we've had quite a memorable time together.
Ask them about their absence during the seminar.
But Jiuen, it was supposed to be you going on stage for the interview during the seminar. Why did that older gentleman in the glasses end up going on instead? I was looking forward to asking you questions.
I'm sorry, but we got assigned to a tricky case that day. I can't disclose the details, but it went well. Largely due to the clues you provided about the 6th Street EMP case.
You don't say. That's awesome.
It's not often you get to meet new people, so we brought you something to remember us by. A movie about a public security officer.
We appreciate it, but it's against regulations for officers to accept gifts from citizens. However, could I buy the video as a customer of Random Play?
Of course, we'd be delighted.
Well, they're getting ready to leave. Why don't we take a look around? Maybe find somewhere to finally enjoy that meal we had talked about?
I never expected our time at the Lumina branch to be so eventful.
Things turned out okay. The seminar settled, case cracked, evidence secure. It's just a shame. The reports we have to write are gonna be lame.
Is that supposed to be a poem? Excuse me, someone's calling me. Hey, you've got time to chat during the day? Well, this is a rarity.
Random Play is the name of the video store that Wise and Belle work at.
Hello. I'm looking over our graduation album.
Also, Hoshimi Miyabi shares a voice actor with a Ruby character. I'll check real quick to see which character. Yes, Miyabi shares a voice with Robin from Ruby.
You're flipping through our graduation album? Now? This isn't another one of your weird exercises, is it?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember all of the names of our old classmates by looking at these photos. By the way, do you still remember the graduation message you wrote for me? May you become the pursuant of true justice. The sharp blade of the law slicing through the wickedness of the night sky.
Oh, all right. Yet there's no need to shout. Someone might hear you.
I do recognize Winter's voice actor. But she does not voice any character in Zenless.
My apologies. It's just... this message really means a lot to me. How does the true justice mentioned in your message differ from regular justice? Is it comparable to the difference between an actual melon and a melon-flavored lollipop?
Can you kind of hear Robin in her? I kind of hear it. Can you kind of hear Robin in her?
Many people say they taste pretty much the same. But even though the melons I buy are hardly ever sweet, I still prefer the taste of real melons. Just like your pursuit of true justice. A real melon will always be a real melon. That can never be imitated.
Are those words of encouragement? Well, thanks. Wait, how does a member of HAND like you know that I've been reprimanded by the precinct?
Because the case of the unidentified monster discovered by Belobog Industries has been transferred to Section 6. My intelligence officer pointed out that we might need you to come in and provide some more detailed intel.
So, that thing's in your custody? Are you telling me there's something wrong with the evidence?
That's the reason why I'm calling you. We found pieces of what resembles a mask within the monster's remains, and we managed to extract human DNA from it.
Does this mean you figured out the origin of the monster?
Unfortunately, no. Apart from determining the deceased as a male from the DNA, we compared it with DNA records of missing persons and criminals throughout the city, but found no matches. He may have been someone from outside the city with no known identity. But what do you think?
Since Maroon risked going into the Hollow to get it, there must be some secret on the deceased's body. I wouldn't think he's a nobody.
I agree. But as of now, we're still missing the key to this puzzle.
Thanks for the intel, Miyabi. Let's catch up in a few days.
Mm-hmm. See you.
Sorry for keeping you waiting.
Judging from the conversation, I'm guessing there's some progress with the evidence over at HAND?
Seems so. They've made an important discovery, but that's only created more questions. Jump in, Qingyi. Let's talk more on the way.
All right, let's go.
That night, in a certain meeting room in the Jonas Quarters Public Security Building.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Perlman.
Attorneys, always running so slowly. You're the ones who suggested we meet. Do you have any idea how long I've been waiting? Huh? Wait, it's you! Sarah! You've got some nerve to show your face after the trouble you caused!
Come now, Mr. Perlman. It was your idea to deal with the residents in the blast zone. Not to mention the fact your technical advisor and personal secretary, Sarah, never existed in the first place.
I love her design.
Well then, there's no need to grit your teeth. I'm actually here to discuss business with you. Please confess to all your crimes in court, and we'll make sure you get the best treatment in prison.
You and that bastard behind you are the ones who convinced me to carry out the blast in the first place.
Yes, Zenless is more mature than Genshin. Just gonna put that out there. Because you saw he said that word.
And now you want me to take all the blame? That's quite the scheme. I hear recently Belobog Industries stumbled upon a monster in that plaza inside the Hollow, and the evidence collected from the creature's remains was almost stolen. Honestly, I've been wondering. The plaza isn't along the subway route, yet your plan included research of it and explosives for it.
Hi, Virtue King. Nice of you to join my Zenless Zone Zero stream. It's the first stream I did of another game besides Genshin.
Your real goal is to retrieve the evidence, isn't it? I wonder what would happen if I brought this up in court.
I'm sure the judge wouldn't entertain such baseless fantasies, Mr. Perlman.
Baseless fantasies, you say? Huh. Let's get real then. What if I told you I have proof of your involvement in the Vision case, along with that of the person behind you? Definitive proof.
Hey, you heard what Perlman just said, right? I can't stand clingy men, but I must say, that's quite the ace up his sleeve.
I have to say, I really love this character's design here. Polyverse does really good with their designs, I'd have to say.
Sounds like you're enjoying this situation.
How could that be? I'm genuinely concerned about our partnership. So what's your plan now? Will you agree to his terms?
I'll handle it.
Late at night, you return home with Wise. What do you think? Feeling satisfied now after a hearty helping of hot pot? Super satisfied. You took me on such a long stroll along the beach. After dinner, aren't you feeling sore today from all the walking? Walking and rushing are two entirely different things. Alright, I just can't win with you. Anyway, it's nice to take a leisurely stroll every now and again. It relaxes your mind. Oh yeah, buy a few extra copies of Mission Unthinkable next time you get stalking. Yeah, wow, it's already super late. Belle, we should get ready for bed. I'm off to my room now. Good night. After lying down on the soft bed, my legs, tired from so much walking, suddenly relaxed. I never thought that we would become friends with public security officers. Public security no longer has the evidence. Hopefully the bad guys will no longer target Zhu Yan and Qing Yi. But clues? Are there other clues? Before you know it, you drift into a deep slumber. You sleep soundly and your body feels completely recovered. I don't feel like dealing with any public security officers today. What should I do? Check my schedule and just chill out today? I have a lot of quests that I have not completed. Look at all the quests I haven't completed. Why hello, you're that independent investigator, right? You are? The name's Ethan. I'm here on Captain Roland's orders to present you with an invitation to Scott Outpost. I hope you're able to come with me right now, if it's convenient with you. It sure is. Let's bounce. Huh? Don't you need to take care of stuff, you know, in the store? I thought I'd get the chance to check out this store. Are you interested in our store? Because it looks very well taken care of. I can tell you take real pride in maintaining it, right? The organization of these tapes seem particularly deliberate. But really, I'm curious. You're pretty famous out at the outpost, although you probably already know that. I mean, Captain Roland, he thinks very highly of you. Even those White Star Institute people think about you in a really decent manner. Those snobs usually look down on people, if anything. When Captain Roland sent me here, I thought I'd get to see something remarkable. But I never expected it to be a beautiful and humble shop. You sure have a way with words. I wouldn't normally do this, but since it's a rare opportunity for me, I'd like to actually stay a little longer outside. One day, I'd actually like to open a wee store like yours rather than staying in the military. This might be a little out of the blue, but clearly you could live a carefree civilian life. What brought you to Hollow Zero as an independent investigator? You know, that's not really a nice assignment, though I suppose things are getting a lot more by the books under Captain Roland. Gotta rake in that dough somehow. Is that right? I'm sorry, that was impolite of me. Captain Roland has told me loud and clear to watch my attitude before. Anyway, whenever you're ready, you can give me a shout, and I'll take you over to the outpost. Understood. A good night's sleep is better than any medicine. Is it bedtime already? Time to sleep. When you wake up when the sun rises and sleep when it sets. Align your body with the rhymes of the universe. The rhythm of the universe. A rhythm. Beep, beep. Who texted you? Who texted just when you're trying to be healthy? A high floor. Sadly, I probably might head off soon and end the stream soon because I have to get up early because tomorrow it's 4th of July. Anyway, gotta check my phone first. How's your math proxy? Good enough. Never mind. I'm done with the math over and over again, and I won't change no matter who does it. What are you doing math for so late? It's nothing, proxy. Sorry for bothering you. Good night. Latest messages displayed above. Yep. Back in bed now. What is Anne be calculating? The cunning hare's revenue and expenses, perhaps? Though you feel for Ambi, you should probably ask tomorrow to make sure it isn't another one of Nicole's new tricks to leave her bill unsettled. But what if the cunning hares are really struggling? Oh, that sounds cool. And yeah, I will have fun. For 4th of July, we usually celebrate the normal stuff. Like at night, I watch fireworks go off with most of my dad's family. No, why would you even think that? That's why you let Nicole owe you so much money. Slept in without an alarm and it feels great. Time to get up and talk to Wise about Ambi. Well, Envy's DM from yesterday. I guess I can also just ignore it. But if the cunning hares are really in trouble, as much as I hate to admit it, we'll probably get involved in the end. I should check it out sooner rather than later. I should talk to Wise and figure out what to do. Belle, something on your mind? You tell Wise about Ambi's DM last night. Nicole's trick, Doesn't look like it. If Nicole had asked Ambi to send those messages, Ambi would have sent you more yesterday. But I don't think Ambi is in serious trouble either. Ambi would tell us straight away if things were really bad. Anyway, there's no point in guessing like this, so how about why don't we just ask Ambi out? Why don't you just ask Ambi out and clear things up? Message Ambi to invite her out for a chat. On the right, you can see the agent contact info. You can check your trust level with agents here. Your impressions on agents will be noted here. Let's contact Ambi now. I'll be free as soon as I finish eating this. What do you have for me, Proxy? I'm on 6th Street now. Yeah. I'll meet you after I finish this. I'll come to you. Where are you? I'm at the gadget store. What? Hold on, I'm on my way. Oh, I have a lot of catching up to do on Zenless, Star Rail, Tower of Fantasy, Honkai Impact, Infinity Nikki. Yeah, I'm pretty behind on most of my games. I did catch up with Genshin though. You can look at my previous streams. I caught up with Genshin. Because yes, if I show you how behind I am on Zenless, this is how behind I am. I'm still here. I'm still on Chapter 2 Interlude, and there's already Season 1 Epilogue. You're still on the Sumeru Archon quest? Fontaine and Natlin are amazing Archon quests. So is Sumeru. Those are my top 3 favorite Archon quests. Like, for nations. Not like top 3 actual Archon quests, just for the nations. Hey, you're here too? I'm having a burger. Do you want some? Sure. I'll let you have half of it. This one is tasty, and it contains a good balance of protein, carbohydrates, and vegetables. Yeah, Floor, I'm very, very behind on Zenless. Yeah, because I'm still on Chapter 2 Interlude, and then I have to complete Chapter 3, Chapter 4, Chapter 5, and Season 1 Epilogue. That's a lot to catch up on. I can wolf it down in a few bites even during a battle. That makes a lot of sense. Well, I'm just a fan of burgers. You have a discussion with Ambi about burgers. She seems to think very highly of the food. Burger consumption complete. If you don't mind, I've got some work to do. What work is that? It's an important task Nicole assigned to me. Speaking of which, there's something I'd like to ask you. How are your finances at the store? Not bad, we turn a small profit. So you can make money running your own store after all. It seems that Ambi is deep in thought.
I've been going over last month's accounts for the Cunning Hares. It's better than before, but we're still in the red.
Oh, that's awesome. I got Skirk the day she came out. I was surprised too. Isn't Nicole always saying? Oh wait, I don't need to read this because, you see...
I feel like Nicole is always talking about reducing expenses though, right? Yes. She says she wants to cut back on expenses, and she's very disciplined.
Now, something I like about Zenless Zone Zero is the dialogue options you pick. Your main character will say the dialogue. I don't need to read it.
Since she's mentioned it, she won't stop talking about it. Do you need some advice on how to improve your business? Seems like Gentle House could really use the help. It's okay. I trust Nicole. Under her management, the Cunning Hares are going to turn a profit one day. The darkest hour is just before the dawn. That's what I think anyway. Thanks for worrying about us though. Contact me if there's anything I can do to help you.
Yeah. Traveler and Trailblazer need more voice lines. Meanwhile, Belle just says all the dialogue options you pick. All of them. Hopefully we'll have a smaller deficit next month. Is this random play video store? Who are you? A clip for lonely people to watch. Do you have any tapes like that? A few. I'll go check the storeroom. You're such a pro manager. Thanks so. I'm sorry, I didn't send those messages. I knocked over my colleague's cup and she took my phone while I was grabbing so Are you okay? I don't need to borrow any tapes. Sorry to be really sorry for that. Hello, are you getting it? My messages? Sorry, I was down in the storeroom. Don't you want it anymore? I'm really sorry about that. Alright then, I opened 2 boxes though. Sorry, I'll definitely take care of my belongings in the future. This whole dialogue is funny. I'll probably get off after it says to start the next commission. Oh wait, this is not the way to Wise Oak. You're back. How did it go? Did you see Envy? You tell Wise what happened when you talked with Envy. Well, as I expected, it's not a big problem. But isn't a deficit every month a big deal? Maybe it is for regular people, but this is Nicole we're talking about. Look, Envy said the landlord wouldn't kick them out even if they can't pay the rent. Nicole owes us tons of Denny's, and we can't really do anything about it, can we? Seriously, how come Nicole always attracts people who can tolerate her never paying back her debts? Could it be, are we all just carefully chosen victims? Maybe it's just because there are so many kind-hearted people around. Why does that sound so sad when it's actually a good thing? It's definitely not because we're two of the kind-hearted people who can't get their money back, right? Anyway, it's good news that the cunning hares aren't tangled up in new trouble. At least Nicole's debts won't continue to grow for now. You can invite agents daily through the contacts interface. Completing agent invitations will significantly increase trust levels. Consecutive invitations will cause agents to show up on the streets more often. Upon reaching a certain trust level, the agent will initiate an advancement task. Completing this task will yield extra rewards. I remember Wise asked me to visit him when I had some free time. Has he arranged some errands for me? No more guessing. I'll just ask him when I get home. In the time system, you can adjust any time period. By selecting a past time period, you can quickly skip to the next day. Some special mission states may restrict time period adjustments. Watch TV with Wise? Okay. I guess I'll. Weird. Where did I put it? Also, you can choose which main character you have. I picked Belle, but you can choose Wise to be your main character at the when you start the game too. And Belle will be replaced with Wise. And Wise would be replaced with Belle in this spot, and you would have Wise here. Yeah, I like Belle's design more. Where are you? What are you looking for? Need a hand? Oh, it's you, Belle. I'm looking for the blank videotapes I got last time. I thought I asked you to tidy up. Where did you put them? Also, I think I did see a GIF of Belle and Wise picking up a cup to drink, and it's very different because Belle's hand is shaking and the water is going everywhere. It's funny, and Wise is just like really calm and relaxed when picking up the cup. They're so different main characters. It's hilarious. In Genshin, I have Lumine, and Honkai Star Rail, I have Stell. I normally pick the female characters. Did I? Well, figures. Anyway, if you're free, lend me a hand and help me look. Do you think this would be a good spot to stop? As it says I'm about to enter immersive storytelling. Which means like really important stories coming up, so I think that's where I'm stopping Zenless for tonight.
眼泪。不待见的看法，只是生活的点缀。我看过街头放黄玫瑰的家长，换着满天星斗。一个手过，随便潦草长的花样，跑出去能变成本领匕首。历经这生离死别，所有人的快手指头，管他能不能活，全力以赴的。